Hello everyone, my name is Nate and today I will be focusing on the neuromotor basis for motor control, specifically the general structure of a neuron and the different types and functions of the neurons. So neurons are specialized nerve cells that transmit information throughout the nervous system, and they are the basic functional units that allow the brain and body to communicate and coordinate movements all across the body. So a typical neuron has three main structural parts, that being the dendrites, the axon, and the cell body. So the dendrites, they receive incoming signals from other neurons or sensory receptors. Second, the axon is a long projection that carries electrical signals away from the cell body to other neurons, muscles, or glands. And then lastly, the cell body is also known as the soma, and that processes information and maintains the neuron's normal functioning. Neurons communicate using electrical and chemical signals, and that allows information to travel quickly throughout the nervous system. So, this communication is essential for controlling voluntary and coordinated movements. And then there are three main types of neurons that are involved in motor control, that being the sensory neurons, the interneurons, and the motor neurons. So, the first neuron I'm going to be talking about is the sensory neurons, and they carry information from sensory receptors in the body to the central nervous system. These receptors detect things like touch, like when you touch something, pressure, if you put pressure on something, body position, and movement. And then sensory neurons allow the brain and spinal cord to receive information about what is happening in the body and the environment around you. Secondly, we have the interneurons, and they are located within the central nervous system and act as connectors between sensory and motor neurons. And in their role, they allow or they process and integrate information, which helps coordinate like the right motor responses. And then lastly, we have the motor neurons. They're also known as the efferent neurons, and they carry signals from the central nervous system to the muscles. So one important type of neuron is the alpha motor neuron, and it is located within the spinal cord and connects directly to the skeletal muscle fibers. And then when these neurons send signals to each other, they can cause the muscles to contract, which produces movement. Overall, neurons work together to transmit sensory information, it process it in the nervous system, and send motor commands to the muscles across your body. So this communication network forms the neuromotor foundation that allows the body to perform controlled and coordinated movements. Thank you.